Okay, we are going to talk about place value and rounding today. So hopefully this is a review, but if not, focus anyway. But if it is a review, great. You're going to need your place value chart or a foldable that you made in the last video. Okay, so get that out and we will use that. Remember, you can always pause if I go too fast and you can't keep up. Okay, so you're going to want to take notes on this so you know what is expected. Okay, so we're going to write the following numbers in word form. Okay, write the following numbers in word form. So write number 1 at the top. You're going to want to write place value and rounding at the top, and then you're going to want to, you don't have to write the following words, but you need to write number 1 and then write this. Now, first of all, we need to practice saying this word. So a lot of times we may say, and even me as a teacher will sometimes say that this is 23.45. Okay, that is not correct. Okay, that is not the mathematical way to say it. How we would say it is we would say 23, and then if you have your little these, use these. If not, I'm going to try to show you how to use this without it. So if we had 23, it'd be 23 in the tens and 1, and then there'd be a decimal, and then there'd be a 45. So you got to look and see, where does it end? It ends in the hundredth spot. So that's what we're going to end our word with. So we would read this as 23. I'll follow along on the board. 23 and 45 hundredths. 23 and 45 hundredths. So I'm going to help you spell that. Okay. So it's 23 and if I go too fast, remember, just pause it, and 45, and we know it's hundredths because it ends in the hundredths spot. You always look at that far right number. Now you always look at that far right number unless it's zeros to the right, which we may or may not get to in this video. So next one, it would be right here, 5 and then the decimal and then the 6. So if you need that, it would look like, if I can find my 5 and 6 really quickly, it would look like this in our chart. So 5, we like to say 5.6, that's not right. 5 and 6, and it ends in the tenths. So it's really 5 and 6 tenths. Sorry if you can hear my kids outside, they're playing. 5 and 6 tenths. Okay, next one. Number 3, again, please pause if I go too fast because I'm trying to get the videos to not be real long, but so pause it when you need it, okay? Or rewind it if you need to, okay? So this one, 9, and then the decimal, and then a 0, and an 8. Let's hope I can find an 8. There's a 7, here's an 8. So 9, and again, if you don't have yours, just say it out loud. 9 decimal 0 8. So we're going to read that as 9 and, you don't have to say the 0. 9 and 8, what is it? Hundredths. 9 and 8 hundredths. So this is 9 and 8 hundredths. You do not have to say the 0. Okay. All right, we're getting a little bit longer here. 6, 7. So we have 67. Woo, 67,204. I love this little flippable or foldable. I don't know where my 2 is. I'm kind of a mess over. Oh, here it is. So again, if you don't have the little strips, that's okay. You can just kind of pretend it or write it in pencil. So 67 and 204 thousandths, because it ends in the thousandths place. So I'm going to show you up here. 67 and 204 thousandths. So this is a big one. So I'll help you. 67 and 204. Notice you don't say 204. That's technically not correct. 204 thousandths. Sometimes I even have to look, you guys, and I've been teaching for a long time. So that's okay. Don't get discouraged, okay, if you have to look. Is that my last one? I got to move my little thing out of the... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Go away. Ah. Okay. I think that was the last one I was doing. Okay, so I can't move this. Oh, there we go. My goodness. Okay, we'll go to the next page. So that's it for that. Now we're going to talk a little bit about rounding. We're going to talk a little bit about rounding. Let me move this. Let me go back to this and make sure that that is off. Oh my goodness. Make sure. See, even I make mistakes. Okay, I just want to make sure I got them all. Okay, so let me adjust my thing. So on here, so now we're going to talk about rounding. All right, so rounding, you have done this before, you guys, but it's okay if you don't remember. Most of my students really struggle with rounding, so we're going to talk about it. Rounding. So you're going to go next door. You're going to go to the right. Always to the right. Okay, let's get a different color. You're always going to go next door. However you were taught in elementary, stick with that. I'm just going to say you're going to go next door to the right. If that is a 5 or higher, you're going to round up. So write these down. If it's less than 5, you stay the same. And sometimes you have to make them zeros, which we'll talk about. Okay, so on here, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. So round the following to the given place value. Okay, so we're going to round it to what it says. So this is why it's so important that you know your place values, or at least look at this. So 23 and 46 hundredths to the 10ths place. So write that down. This is part of your notes. So first of all, you're going to underline the 10ths place. Well, this is my tenths. If you don't know that, you guys look at your foldable. If you don't remember that, look at your foldable. It's right to the right of the decimal. So it's the tenths is the one right next to it. And you're going to look to the right. You're going to go next door. If this number is 5 or more, you're going to make your original number 1 more than it was. So this would become 23.5 or 23.50. You can add a 0. It's fine. You have to when it's to the left of the decimal. So let's just say we make it a 0. Okay? So 23 and 46 hundredths is really close to 23 and 5/10 or 50 hundredths. Okay? Next one, 234 and 44 hundredths to the tenths. So remember, tenths is the first one to the right of the decimal. We're going to go next door. We're going to circle it. Is this number less than 5? Yes, it is. So we're going to make that stay the same. That tenths one is going to stay the same, and then we make that a 0 as well. You're going to make it a 0. Maybe up here we should say 0. Make these 0. Okay. So the next one, 6 and 607 thousandths. Okay, but it says we're going to round to the hundredths. So this is tenths, this is hundredths. So we underline it. We go to the right. Is this number, is the neighbor 5 or higher? Yes, it is. So we're going to round the 0 up. Well, what's 1 more than 0? 1. And then you make the 7 a 0. Okay. Okay. This one, we're going to round to the ones. So ones is now to the left of the decimal. Oops. Ones is to the left of the decimal. So this is our ones place, the 4. So we're going to go to the right. And yes, it's okay to go over the decimal. We're going to go to the right. Is this 5 or more? Yes. So it would become the 4, what we've underlined will become bigger. 35 point, and then these all become 0. So what is 35 and 0, 0, 0? Okay, that's the same as just 35 because this is a decimal right here. Okay. All right, I gotta make this so it's in the way. There we go. Now, last one. We're almost done. It's been kind of long. Okay. 452 and 124 thousandths. Okay, well this says the tens place. So this is our ones. This is our tens. So we underline our tens. We go next door. We circle. Is this 5 or above? No, it is not. So we make the 5 will just stay the same. And then we make this a 0 and everything after it a 0. Now you can leave it just like that. That is the same as 450. Either answer is fine. Okay? All right, that is it.